exciting atmosphere. That's the one thing I would like to say right from the jump, man. It was from start to finish. When we entered the field and you get smoked, you got fireworks going. You got pumped up. Not that we weren't ready for the game, but that was cool. And then to have the support that we had from our students and the community, it's packed house, and that helps. It helps tremendously. And then I'd say this is a Valpo win. Like that's who we want to be. It's like it's gritty, it's tough. You just hang in there, you keep punching, and found a way to come out on top. And very proud of the guys in terms of their execution and what they were able to do.
Nick, take me through your night, right? Like you get the targeting call, you're out, like mentally I'd imagine it would be natural to shut down, but when did you find out that you weren't out, and just how's your emotions there?
Yeah, after getting taken out of the game, my mind just switched to how else can I help my team when I'm not on the field. So mentally switched up a little bit, but during halftime, I got the call that I'm good to go, and took me a second to really soak in that I'm going back out there. But once I got on that field with all my teammates, it was just natural, and everyone else around me lifted me up, and they made it easy for me.
Landon, do you have to say anything to say, hey, like keep your mind in this, because that's going to be obviously a prideful thing of getting ejected from a game?
In reality, no. My mind is in a lot of different places, and I actually had a feeling when I saw the play. I told him I didn't believe it was targeting, and he'd probably say, "Oh, every coach says that," but hit him in the chest, and I thought it was pretty obvious to see. So I thought maybe there'd be a chance, and then just with the things I was doing, I really didn't get a chance to connect with Nick. Now the nice thing, it was right before half, and so. He got an answer pretty quickly in terms of being able to go back out there, so that helped.
Anya, the rushing numbers from the opposition the first two games are not up to you guys' standard. What was the emphasis in practice over this past week, and just how did that translate to the field tonight?
I would just say it was about like our alignments, and just being aggressive towards the ball, like filling our gaps, staying in our gaps, because we were not doing that very well the first two games, and just like playing hard, pushing blocks back.
And can you take me through the conditions out there, the cramping a little bit? I know you were dealing with it, Jimmy was dealing with it, looked like Sam was dealing with it a little bit. Like how do you fight through that?
You just fight through it. You just got to go back out. You know that you got to go back out. So do whatever you can while you out, and then just go back in.
Karan, when is the last time you started a football game?
High school, 2022, November 11, 2022.
You pulled that pretty quickly. Do you think about that? Has that been on your mind a little bit?
It hasn't really been on my mind, but just I got my number got called, and I was ready for the opportunity.
You were able to come into the last couple of games, the flow of the game's already established and all of that, and this you're taking it from the jump. What was that feeling like to have it from Jump Street tonight?
It was a good feeling, just going out there, being with the team, being able to start it off. It was a good feeling getting out there to just start us off hot, man.
Landon, Indiana Wesleyan saw the film from last week. There's going to be a lot of film now on all of your guys, right? Like, how do you have to countermeasure that a little bit, knowing that people are going to see now what some of these guys can do?
Yeah, I think you just still do what we do. You try to put guys in position where they can be successful. Just execute the game plan. Obviously, with guys that haven't maybe been out there as much, sure, like, hey, number 14, he's a pretty good corner, but that's what's said. But, I don't think a whole lot's going to change in terms of the approach. If anything, you put them in positions to be playmakers, because that's what they are. All three of these guys, tremendous football players. And so put them in position to make plays.
Nick, take me through the interception. What did you see, and just how awesome is it to have that moment?
Well, it was so we had two receivers out there. The one was a running back, and they ran double slants. And as that ball came out of the quarterback's hand, it was a little bit behind him. And as the ball actually got to me, and I got my hands on it, I really had to pause for a second, make sure. I was like, did I really catch this? It was a little surreal at first, but it was a great moment. First one in the books, and hopefully many more.
And then Karan, you had a 38-yard run late in the game. Just what did you see in that lane, and how nice is it to know that play got you guys into field goal range to win this thing?
Should have been a touchdown. Man, it definitely should have been a touchdown. But I just saw green grass. You know, whenever I see green grass, you know, it's a green flag for me to take the ball and run.
None of these guys were here a couple of years ago when you played a 2017 game against these guys, I think, and ended pretty similar with, you know, offense getting a late field goal and then a defensive stand or two. Just, Landon, was it similar feeling?
Very similar. Very similar, you know, almost identical. And so I was telling the guys after the game, that's a team that's used to winning. I would anticipate them winning, you know, probably nine games. We'll make a little run in the playoffs. You know, it's a good football team.
Is this a team that you'll continue to play? Because it feels like you're not in the same division or level or anything, but it feels like there's a little bit of a rivalry brewing here.
I'm not sure that it's reciprocated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. To the players, there was it's a night game. That's special. Maybe a little like Friday Night Lights a little bit. But I want to ask particularly about the DJ. I don't know if you guys are able to pick up on that on the field, the constant music that's being played. It felt like a different kind of vibe. Do you guys pick up on that, or are you so locked into what's going on?
Well, I think with the amount of media timeouts we have, we definitely can pick up on the atmosphere around us. And me personally, I love that atmosphere. It helps get the juice going, yeah.
I just say for me how appreciative we are. It's a lot of work. People don't know. People don't understand the amount of work that goes into that to create that kind of environment. And those people that are behind the scenes doing all that, I mean, we're very, very appreciative of that. I mean, it was an unbelievable atmosphere. And so very grateful and appreciative of what they do to make that happen.